Hello there. Ramblings from the forest. A lot of mosquitoes. Well, actually not so many. Not as many as a few weeks ago. I got the idea of making this video just 20 seconds ago. I came here for a walk by myself. It's around 9:30 p.m. and I did not plan on making this video. I was taking pictures and videos from a travel channel just now, a few, and something told me to just start rambling, because the idea of ramblings videos is that you just must open the camera and ramble. Wow, there are so many mosquitoes around my hand. I didn't take any repeller because I thought they're not going to be here, because they are kind of dying out already. But whatever. Wow, they're sitting on my fingers. Go away. I contained the mosquitoes when I got out of the main forest area. I was just thinking now, as I was thinking about what to ramble about. You know, I'm gonna say something that may be a bit different to what we always talk about, and you know, and this is about how, you know, we always say, you know, the earth is suffering and the suffering this and suffering that, and we want to get out, and the matrix, it's also horrible, and we suffer here so much, and you know, people need to get out, need to be helped, need to be liberated. Well, yes, many are. You know what, but also no. And I say this because, you know, I'm talking about every day in my videos. Well, every day no, but I'm talking about how suffering this and suffering that to help souls get out of this cycle of incarnations, etc. But actually, you know, it doesn't have to be, and it's not always suffering here. For example, I'm just talking about my life now, and I'm not only referring to this period of my life now, even before. Yeah, of course there was suffering, there are moments, miserable times, some sad events, whatever. But in general, I'm actually quite happy. And I'm actually quite happy to be here. And I don't see really that suffering in my life. Again, I know there is suffering. I know there are people who suffer in the wars and tragedies. But is it really all that this life is about here on Earth? I mean, all I see now is a beautiful forest, beautiful temperature, even though I'm wrapped up, but because I like to be. Nice sunset, beautiful plants and colors, and warm air, and there's just so much really to enjoy here on this planet. So let's not exaggerate again too much into going to that extreme that it's all suffering here, when it's not true. There are many people who are happy. There are many people who have their lives fulfilled. There are many people who are enjoying and appreciating their everyday routines, and you know, and being here provides so many different types of experiences. The earth is just beyond amazing, the landscapes and all, and not everybody is suffering. You know, let's not focus too much on that aspect, because again, if that's what we see, that's what we choose to see, that's what we are gonna draw more to ourselves, if we're gonna just establish the fact that this life here on earth is suffering and something to escape from at all costs, well, this is the reality we'll get. I don't see suffering. I don't see suffering in my life directly. Not more than normal life events. You know, people dying, okay. But that's part of life. People die in 5D beyond Earth too. That's not really the cause of suffering. For that you need to get out of the physical, period. But transitions, life and all that, death, I'm sorry, this is part of life. Now what I don't agree with and what I'm fully opposed to is the physical suffering, the physical sicknesses level and illnesses and all that. Something that in 5D beyond Earth we do have access to heal, and here it's denied. So yeah, that I'm going to be strongly opposing, and I would like all these healing technologies to be available to the public. But other than that, I feel it can be really an amazing place to be. 1 second. Yeah, I thought I saw some people. I don't want to be talking if there are people. There can be an amazing life to be had here. I mean, I'm really in awe of this place, in the fact that there are so many different cultures and space races incarnating in one place, and this is making our general overall human culture so rich. This is amazing. This is cosmopolitan. You know, I've always liked to be in cosmopolitan places. So this is the cosmopolitan center of the universe, where all these different races incarnate together as one race, and we share all these different points of views and ideas. Of course, also conflicts, but you know, that's what contributes to making this place intense. I even think that some races are jealous of this place. That's why there are so many souls that want to come here. They are jealous of this place because just the degree and the range of, you know, emotional experiences here is so vast, and they want to check it out. So I'm glad I am in, and I'm touching it with my own direct senses. So I think if we just took away the cabal, took away, you know, some of this most damaging layer of the matrix and layer of manipulation, and we will reveal more healing techniques to people, I think it could be a very interesting place. Like for example in Tegeta, there are no restaurants and cafes and all that. Here I enjoy that. I enjoy that we have so many creative ideas. Even Tegetas themselves said they come here for art, for music. The music, so much variety of different types of music, which they do not have, because each race is very specific. You know, Tegetans, they are very specific into what type of music they have there, and it's not as rich as here. Here you can choose among so many different types of expression. You can experience so many things. You can be so many things. You have the opportunity to truly define yourself. Choose sides even. You know, in Tegeta there is even no way to choose side. I'm talking about, like, you know, less evil, more evil, less good, more good, because everything is pretty much good. I'm talking about general population, because there are some rotten apples everywhere. So there is really nothing in that way to, you know, to push your character to certain limits, to experience so many things. This is where all the action takes place. So yes, some of you might be tired of action and want to have a peaceful life, and that's when it is time for you to disconnect from this realm. And now that you know you have the options, that you have those alternatives to incarnate somewhere else, well, you are free to do that. That's the whole idea of us offering this information, and many other stars is offering this type of off-worldly information is to give you the choice of going somewhere else. But if you are still wanting some action, you know, challenging yourself, this is like the epicenter of all possible intensity that could be happening in the universe, encapsulated in one. And yes, it has negative part, but it also has some positive sides to it as well. Everything you can experience in the universe is encapsulated here. You can see this as something good, or you can see it as something not so good. But for example, if you are sitting in Tegeta and you don't really know what the evil is and, you know, what real misery is, like, okay, well, where do I go for that? You know, to taste some of that. Well, you come to Earth. And Earth has everything you can think of. You know, from all the darkest, I'm gonna go back, from all the darkest aspects of life, you know, and of course there's so much of that, all those rituals and whatever, but also to the greatest and most noble expressions of life, because actually, in contrast to those dark aspects of the 3D experience, those most noble ones seem to emerge even more, because again, it's about the duality. So again, if you are into the defining yourself further through the duality and into having this rich and intense and thrilling experience, I think this is the place for it. So in itself, I don't see it such a horrible place to be if we just eliminated maybe some of those most horrendous activities happening on Earth. For sure, it would just like take away some of that, some of those layers, you know, giving some healing technologies to the people. This could be a nice place. This could be a nice place. And there isn't just suffering here. So, hey, I just want to throw it out there. It's not that I'm trying to stop your soul from going somewhere else, convincing you to stay on Earth. No. It's just some ponderings, random ramblings that are going through my head right now. Because I am happy, and I am, despite all, grateful for being here, for everything this experience is giving me, is teaching me. So thank you, Earth. Because you can learn from anything. And remember, sometimes the suffering is just the option you take, is the emotion that you choose to have in reaction to something. It's all about the attitude in the end that you choose to have when faced with certain situations. Okay, well, that's more or less it. I'm gonna continue walking here and enjoying this forest and not suffering. Bye.